Folks, at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Strickland, if he will, to lead us in prayer.
Dear Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here today. We thank you for the wonderful day that you've given us. Dear Father, we thank you for the opportunity to celebrate these retirees. These folks have dedicated their entire professional careers to Columbus County Schools in the education of students and children in Columbus County over the last 25 to 30 years. We thank you for them, and we hope that you will bless them moving forward, dear Father. Dear Father, as we move forward in this meeting, we ask that you give us the guidance and place your hand upon us as we make these decisions for what's in the best interest of the students of Columbus County Schools. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Amen. At this time, I'm going to call the meeting of the Columbus County Board of Education for June the 9th, 2025 to order. Mr. Worley, would you lead us in the pledge? Folks, please stand.
Salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Worley. Okay, at this time, we have an agenda before us. Everybody has it in front of them. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Worley,
Second.
second by Dr. Strickland. Any additions, deletions, comments on the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. The agenda is adopted. At this time, we'll go to Mr. Thompson, I believe, for our public comment section.
Mr. Chairman, we only have one on the sign-up sheet tonight. That would be Mr. Frank Wilson and Gary Graham from the town of Bolton. If you guys will come forward.
And you're going to time.
You
for-
guys have 5 minutes, so you can start whenever you would like, and whenever you start, then I will start the timer.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Frank Wilson. I'm currently the town finance officer. I was previously Bolton's mayor for over 20 years. Gary Graham is the current mayor pro tem. Bolton is really excited about the school, the new school coming to Bolton. We've worked with you all to do whatever was necessary to make these things happen. And we're so excited, we just don't know what to do. So when we got word of what you were planning to name the school, it caused us a little bit of concern. Lumberjacks, we understand, because Bolton was built on the the timber industry. We understand that. Eastview, we didn't understand. So my father always told us that there's something in a name. A name should mean something. So when we name whatever we name, it should mean something, not only to that school, but to that community and to this county. So our concern is, we love the name Bolton. I can sit back and tell you the history of Bolton. I don't think you got that much time. And I can tell you why it's named Bolton. We asked, what we are asking, and the town of Bolton is asking, that you reconsider naming it Bolton. Eastview, I don't know how you came up with it, and that's for another discussion. But we are asking that you reconsider that name and then somehow include Bolton.
I would just like to add on that some 60 plus years ago, I'm gonna give away my age, we had a school in Bolton named Bolton Elementary School. And it was a fabric of our community. We intertwined the school and the community. Not just the brick and mortar, it was the school. The school made a difference in our community. Every activity, everything was done was at the school. Everybody knew where to go and what was going on at the school. The teachers was interchanged in the community. I know things have changed, situations have changed, but that name, Bolton Elementary School, at that time, that meant a lot because everyone in the community knew what was going on and where to go. So a name does carry a meaning in a community. And as he was saying, we're just asking the board to reconsider incorporating the name of Bolton in the naming of that school. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate the comments. Okay, at this time, we will move to special presentations and recognitions.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, first on the agenda, we have our retiring employees for the 2025 year. And I would like to welcome them all again. I spoke to them a few minutes ago prior to our meeting in PD1, but I just want to say, again, thank you guys. Thank you for dedicating 25 to 30 years, not only to Columbus County Schools, but to improving Columbus County as a whole because of the lives that you have touched. You will never realize, nor will we ever be able to measure where your impact, and that's on each individual level, where that impact will ever end. I want to congratulate you all. I wish you the absolute very best. I'm excited for you. This is bittersweet. I'm going to miss you guys. You've worked hard. You've been a staple of Columbus County Schools, and we love you. We honestly do. And moving forward, I wish you the best, and I hope that all of your dreams come true with retirement. At this time, we will have Miss Christy Lempthal. She will come up and give some remarks.
Microphone.
Stand near
Good
it.
evening. I am so honored and blessed to be here today. This is the second time I've been asked to speak to our retirees. And I have to say that both times has been super bittersweet for me because each time I've had somebody who's been a great deal to me retiring, which means that yes, my heart's breaking, but at the same time I'm super happy for them. As Mr. Beck said, bittersweet. So I'm super excited to be here. I'm so excited for you on your next journey and what you're going to be doing and the fun you're going to be having and things like that. But you know you will be missed, and there will be a lot of people who will continue to think of you, invite you to come back. And I brought volunteer forms with me if somebody wants to come back when they retire, and you can come help us out at Delco, okay? With that being said, I got just a couple little things I'd like to say because if anybody who knows me knows I'm always business, yes, but I always like to have business with fun. So rather than turn this into me getting upset or somebody else getting upset or being, sad, I'm going to turn it into something a little fun. So my grandmothers, both of them, I was blessed to know, actually all four of mine, my great-grandmothers as well, they always talked about having that perfect recipe that made everything just right, whether it was in your meal, whether it was in your friendships, whether it was in your co-worker relationship, everything. You had to have that perfect recipe, which means you had to have that perfect ingredient that went with it, right? So whenever I started thinking about after Ms. Gerald contacted me about speaking, I started thinking, what is the perfect recipe when it comes to education? And honestly, I can't say that there is a perfect one, but what I can say is we strive to be perfect in everything we do because we're doing it for the children of our county. But at the same time, we can't do all those things without the people who are in these positions. So I think having the perfect teams, the right people there, the people to help you, makes all the difference in the world. So with that being said, I'm going to share the perfect recipe for retirement. So first ingredient, 3 cups of relaxation. Okay? A spoonful of adventure. A pinch of new experiences. 1 pint of travel. A handful of hobbies. Stir in time for your family and friends always, or volunteering at your local school. Mix in 2 cups of fun all the time. A dash of laughter. A half a teaspoon of your dreams. Add plenty of time for exploring. Sprinkle in lots of enthusiasm. Mix all these things together well. Bake with sunshine. Spread over a lifetime for a plate full of joy and a cup of warm memories. So I hope that is your recipe for your eventful retirement and the fun that you have. But you know what? Sometimes you might get bogged down and think, you know what? I might need to go back and do some volunteering, and I might need to go back and be an interventionist somewhere. Maybe. Who knows? So I've got your survival kit for retirement. Okay? So I'm going to explain what that is. You're going to get a little bag that's got goodies in it from me. And so what you're going to get is you're going to get a rubber band. And I don't want you to think about the time little Johnny shot it across the room 1,000 times. But what I want you to do is I want you to keep in mind to always be flexible. And inside that bag is going to be a battery. You say a battery? Yep, a battery. To give you energy to keep you going. You're going to get a crayon. And I'm not talking about little Johnny marking on tables or desks or chairs. I'm talking about to color your world the way you want it to be colored from now on. I'm going to give you a balloon. Now, I considered getting a balloon and popping it, but some people don't like that. But to start retirement off with a bang. And I'm going to give you a marble, just in case you decide to lose yours and you need to find some more. Okay? And finally, I'm going to give you a mint. Happy retirement. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, at this time, I'm going to ask the board if they will come up front while we recognize our retirees.
At this time, we will call up all retirees. When I call your name, if you will, come forward to the front, and we ask that you remain at the front until we have finished recognizing all retirees. We're going to start with Miss Paula Pierce from Plant Operations. Donald Pittman, Plant Operations. Walter Johnson, West Columbus High School. Carolyn Coleman, Hallsboro Artesia Elementary School. Thomas McLam, Central Services. Tommy Newman, Transportation. Betty Bellamy, Williams Township School. Donna Bordeaux, South Columbus High School. Robin Buffkin, South Columbus High School. Deborah Capps, West Columbus School. Theodore Dorsch, Maintenance. That would be Mr. Ted. Angela Duncan, Chaburn Elementary School. Miss Phyllis Lanier, Williams Township School. Marva Miller, Acme Delco Elementary School. And last but not least, Miss Robin Gore, Columbus Career College Academy.
Okay, before we do the group photo, Mr. Long is going to give some closing remarks.
To stand here with a group like this, it's, Columbus County Schools is losing so much experience and professionalism till it's hard to even put into words what these folks mean to us as a school system. But more importantly, what they have meant to the countless number of children that's walked through their lives to get to this point. There are children standing in positions today doing things that would not be there without this group of people. And the gratitude that we owe them, we just can't even begin to tell them how much. And I'll already tell you, I'm retired. I don't think so, but I'm retired. You get ready. Questions you're going to get asked from today forward. How's retirement? When I ask me, I tell them I get up when I want, I go to bed when I want, and I go fishing when I want. So y'all need to take the last one out. Y'all have given so much to this school system and to the kids that have walked through this system. Now, you need to go to bed when you want, you need to get up when you want, and you need to do what you want for a while. You need to be just a little bit selfish for a while and do what you want to do. But now remember, in about 6 months, we could certainly use the help. And Miss Gerald will be right outside the door with applications as you leave. So please remember us. Please go forward. Please accept our sincerest thank you for all you've done. Thank you.
Okay, if we can have all of you guys up front, we'll get a group photo. No, we got the Teacher of the Year nominees and the Principal of the Year nominees. Mr. Thompson, I'm pretty sure she's got some certificates somewhere. She may pass them out. She may ask for them before we get started. Okay. Okay, Mr. Chairman, at this time, we're going to recognize our Teacher of the Year nominees. First, we're going to recognize Miss Susan Carr from Acme Delco Elementary School. And if you guys will also just come up and stay with us when you get here so we can get a group photo. Okay, next we have Miss Adrienne Carroll from Chadbourne Elementary School. Miss Connie Falk from CCCA. Okay. Karen Haley from East Columbus Junior Senior High School. Miss Heather Tilley from Hallsboro Artesia Elementary School. Mrs. Tanya Nobles from Nakana Middle School. Miss Michelle Bolton from Old Dock Elementary School. Mr. Darrell Spivey from South Columbus High School. Miss Khadija Tart from Tabor City School. Miss Lisa Hamilton from West Columbus High School. Miss Kim Watson from West Columbus School. And Mrs. Janet Hewitt from Williams Township School. Okay, if you would, come up front for a group photo, please.
Anybody else would like to come up and take one? You guys slide that way. Just kind of fill in.
I want them to come down. Okay, you want me to go back in?
Change your place. Can you get on the end? I'm sorry. Yeah, Janet. That's fine.
You can see anybody behind you.
Board members, just make sure you can see us.
Which one of them? There's 27 cameras.
Okay, next, Mr. Chairman, we have our Principal of the Year nominees. Mrs. Kelly Beck, South Columbus High School. Mrs. Shelley Cullifer, Nakana Middle School. And Mrs. Leslie Falk, Old Dock Elementary School.
All right, now you get pictures.
Back to the middle, back to the middle. Good luck, ladies.
one thing on the principal of the year this year, it's gonna be really tough on me. I represent all three schools, so.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, next we have our recognition of the future teacher scholarship recipients. We have Mr. Matthew Brown, South Columbus High School.
Hurry back, okay?
And Miss Patience Daniels from West Columbus High School. Thank you, guys. And we do look forward to great things out of you, too. Okay, Mr. Chairman, next we have Mrs. Melanie McCready. She is going to have an Exceptional Children's Department special recognition. So I'll turn it over to her at this time.
Okay. Is Miss Percy here? Oh, come on up. You're right behind me. I didn't even realize that. So we are so fortunate in Columbus County to have an amazing team of EC educators. Tonight, I have the opportunity to honor just a few of them for their special accomplishments. First, I'd like to honor Miss LaTarsha Percy. Miss Percy is an EC teacher at South Columbus High School. Miss Percy was recently recognized by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services Division of Employment and Independence for People with Disabilities for her continued partnership in supporting students and providing opportunities for success. Over the past school year at South Columbus High School, Ms. Percy has been instrumental in getting the most out of EIPD services and supports than any other prior year. Thank you, Ms. Percy, for everything you do and have done to support students with disabilities in Columbus County. And I have a certificate for you. And is Dr. Pickett here? Oh, can you get her? Yeah. Thank you very much. I couldn't manage it all on my own.
It's
That is
all
for
right. Thank
too.
you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Are you all there to take a picture? Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I think it was- yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's nice. Congratulations.
Okay, next I'd like Miss Jazz Hemingway to join me. Miss Hemingway is also an EC teacher at South Columbus High School. Miss Hemingway has been awarded the prestigious Simple Gifts Fund Award, which will fully cover her participation in the Global Teachers Netherlands 2025 Professional Development Program. This program allows Miss Hemingway to join other teachers from North Carolina to study the Dutch education system in the Netherlands. Thank you, Miss Hemingway, for representing Columbus County Schools this summer in the Netherlands. Okay, next I'm going to ask the teams from Tabor City School and Williams Township School, the Extensions classroom, to come on up, and you can bring Carver the robot as well. Oh, that's a good idea. Turn him that way.
Can I bend that? There we go.
Good evening, Columbus County School Board members. My name is Carver and it is an honor to be here tonight. TCS is number one. Let's go Colts. Let's go Colts. Let's celebrate. Let's dance. Pretty cool, huh?
All right. So thank you. Both of these teams have been leaders in working with what we call RoboKind. Carver lives at Tabor City School, and we have another robot named Milo who lives over at Williams Township School. So I wanted to honor this group as a whole because our school district, Columbus County Schools, has been recognized as having Tier 1 classrooms for implementation of the RoboKind curriculum program. Thanks to these two teams, our district is ranked number 4 out of 329 national and international partners with RoboKind. So I have a small token of gratitude for each of you for the part that you played in making Columbus County Schools a premier site for RoboKind implementation. All right, Sheila McKenzie. Oh, you're right here. Oh, I got him out of order. I'm sorry. There you are.
Just step back over here for now.
Yeah, sure. And that is for you. Tabitha Godwin. And that is for you. And Cornelia Johnson. Okay, Ashley Wise. Nope, that's for you. Chastity Ward. And Scarlett Strickland. So in addition, I have a couple of special call-outs to this group as well. The Tabor City School Extensions team, so Ms. McKenzie, Ms. Johnson, and Ms. Godwin, are currently ranked number 1 in the region for implementation and student progress with RoboKind. So RoboKind sent their own certificates to celebrate that accomplishment. So you get another one. And then finally, I have one other call out to do. So Chastity Ward at Williams Township is currently ranked number 1 in all-time implementation minutes with RoboKind. So you get another one for sorry. I think you got the wrong one. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll fix it. Okay. Okay. So I want to thank all of these educators for their belief in the RoboKind system and their commitment to student progress. And I was going to introduce Carver, but he went ahead and spoke ahead of me anyway. So thank you all for being here. Go ahead. Yes. Can I sneak in the middle? Thank you.
Yeah, now.
You been taking?
Absolutely. I'll come with you.
Are you gonna take, you gonna keep, okay.
Kelly, Strong, would you like to give that? Okay, Mr. Chairman, at this time, we would like to recognize Fisher Kavanaugh from Acme Adelco Elementary School and his teacher, Mrs. Ellis. Yeah. Yes, I did. I said Miss Ellis, yes. Mhm.
And this is Fisher's piece that will be hanging.
So Fisher's artwork will hang for the entire year, and it is the NCAEA General Assembly Artwork Competition. So he won that, and they will display his artwork for the entire year. So congratulations. Okay, at that time, that concludes the recognitions. We are good.
Mr. Beck didn't think we'd been standing enough today.
You want to do jumping jacks stuff too?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, next on the agenda, we have a presentation from Mr. Ryan Featherston, Priority Success Associates, and also at this time, I will turn it over to Dr. Piggott.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to present Mr. Ryan Featherston. He came to us actually in a request coming from South Carolina. He's worked with Dr. Dan Strickland, and he said, you know what, I think I have something that you guys could benefit from. So with that, of course, we're always excited, new opportunities, especially things that address specifically behaviors, attendance, and school climate. So with that said, we kind of came together as a team with our behavior support group and some of our counselors and social workers, and he shared with us his vision. And of course, we had to tailor his vision to ours, because although he's coming from South Carolina with some experience, here in Columbus County, we do things a little differently, and we have a higher level of expectation. So with further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Featherston, and one of our leads, Mr. Charles Williams, will be assisting in the presentation. Mr. Featherston?
Thank you. Good evening, Chairperson Long, board members, Superintendent Beck, Dr. Piggott, Mr. Williams, and other district leaders. I'm Ryan Featherston. I'm the president of Priority Success Academy Associates and the regional director. We're a national accredited mental health agency. We support individuals, couples, families through strength-based therapy, promoting healthy and success-driven lifestyles. We're a lead in the community mental health agency committed to transforming lives into using evidence-based behavior solutions. Priority Success Associates is especially committed to assisting students and families in experiencing the most rewarding life, educational opportunities, possible by offering mentoring, group support, family counseling, psychosocial, information workshops for families and communities. Our objective is to reduce school suspensions, increasing attendance, increase the testing, successful testing as well. Back it up. Our mission, change your mind, change your life. We provide 24-hour therapy, support service to help families overcome challenges and grow together. Rules and responsibilities, meet and select students during non-core periods, and when need arises, approved by principals and destiny. Prior to success, Associates agrees to cooperate totally and completely with Clemens County Schools and the building-based principles and ensure efficiency and effective operation of all programs. Again, we support families. We basically believe in helping families. Without the family, it wouldn't be possible. We can help the students at home, but once they go back home, you know, things change and you have to implement the families as well. Our professional commitment, staff continuously train to provide high-quality services, maintain ethical conduct, and build respectful professional relationships. Student eligibility requirements. Basically what we do is coming from whatever the school special services deem necessary. It's like high flyers who they appear to be the students that are have behavior issues, disruptive, whether it be lacking attendance and things of that nature. That's in a whole, with anger issues as well. Back it up one, please. We specialize in bullying as well. Bullying is the main thing that we see that's a major key problem in schools. Clinical service overview, intensive in-home counseling, behavior modification group, support groups. We're going to collaborate with behavior support teams and special and student support services. Our funding source is at no charge to Columbus County Schools. We'll receive grants from different foundations, various insurances. So to the Columbus County Schools, there's no charge to the school system. Like I said, my executive director and CEO is Dr. Valerie Parks. I'm the president and regional director of our team. We have various operation managers. We have psychiatrists. We have licensed therapists, things of that nature. I want to thank you for your support and thank you for your time. Thank you. Any questions for me?
I may have some in the future, but I can reach out.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Get in touch with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay, next, Mr. Chairman, we have Mr. Larry Freeman from TCF Insurance.
Going to sit. Good evening, board members, Mr. Chairman, everyone that's here, superintendent, assistant, and all of the staff. We thank God for the opportunity to come back again. We have completed, well, let's just give you an update on my status. Since coming the first time, I've been promoted to the actual Health Compass, the provider. So I work directly with Health Compass now. That's providing the service. We actually performed a eligibility report for the district, And we actually went over the eligibility report with the superintendent, the assistant, Mr. Nolan. And what we were waiting for, I said that we could move forward and implement this program. But I found out that you guys already have a cafeteria plan in place, which is fine. That is great. And cafeteria plan means that you're actually compliant. But you actually could have several cafeteria plans. But what our plan does, it comes in and it's designed to fit like a glove to your group insurance plan now. And what we do, we use that cafeteria plan to get your employees 15 additional benefits at no cost, no copay, because we create a tax savings that they'll be able to spend an amount of money every pay period to focus on a whole life guaranteed issue life insurance policy with Allstate in the amount up to $100,000. And it does not change their net pay at all. What it's going to do for the county, because of our numbers have changed due to the eligibility report that we presented, I think your savings is going to be about $250,000 a year. And that's going to be every year that you're in the program. From my understanding, there were 600 and some employees that were in the system and 571 qualified, which brought that total to $250,830, if I'm not mistaken, that you'll save each year. What my purpose here tonight is to let you know that this program does fit like a glove to what you have. It is, we're going to give, each employee is going to get preventative care services like mammograms, colonoscopies, generic drugs, labs. Now, labs take up about 20% of your health costs. We cover that because they're no cost, no copay. Every service that we provide is no cost, no copay to the employee. There's 24/7 telecounseling. And the beautiful thing about our telecounseling, a employee can contact the doctor, and every time they want to speak, they can talk to the same doctor. Where any other teleservice, you have to talk to who's available. Not with us. You go in, they'll have a platform to go to. They can make an appointment to talk to that same doctor. All of these services are at no cost, no copay. Well, yes, there is a cost. It costs $120 for the whole program, $80 of it for the employee for the administrative services, and $40 for the county for administrative services. But all of this is paid for by the tax savings that's generated. So with everything paid, as far as for the program, that's where we came up with the total $250,830 that you're going to save each year in the program. If there is a Cafeteria 125 program in place, we have a form and addendum that you can sign that actually will allow us to layer right into what you already currently have and move forward and still allow you to see these savings every year. I know that's mostly when it comes to benefits, making sure that the employees have a solid group plan and a solid care services. What we're trying to do, we're trying to prevent, these are preventative services. We're trying to prevent employees from having to go to use that group plan, for having to go to a doctor and find out they have stage 4 cancer. These plans right here are designed to catch things early detection. So that's what we offer. That's what we do. I'm actually working with over 10 school systems right now in North Carolina. I know there's 115 school districts. My plan is before I leave this earth to get to each one of them and to actually provide this program to them. But not only that, municipalities, manufacturing plants, as long as a company has 10 employees that make over $25,000, because the FICA taxes have to make sense. The numbers have to make sense with that. And it's a yearly program. What we do, if you guys go forward, what we do all of the heavy lifting. We do all of the training for the employees. We set calls. They'll be able to call in. We'll show them and teach them how to implement the program for themselves. What if they want the life insurance policy with Allstate, which is guaranteed issue. Guaranteed issue means they can have a heart attack Monday, get the policy on Tuesday. That's guaranteed issue. And that is what we do. We look forward to building. We actually have a relationship. I'm talking with you guys. I feel like I have a relationship. This is my 4th time talking, so I feel like I know some of you a little. And what we do, I am the liaison for this area. I have a direct line to the CEO of the company. And if there's any more questions, anything that we could do to help to get you guys to see that we're doing it for you and doing it for the employees, because we know that our healthier employees are happier employees. And this is really like a gift for the employees that we are offering, because of the fact that it's not going to change their net pay at all. So you're going to get these services, you're going to get a life insurance policy, and from day one, their net pay won't change. So I thank you for your time. Thank you for the 4th time listening to me and being able to come before you. And you guys have a nice evening. Any questions from anyone?
Comment. We appreciate your presentation, and if we decide to issue an RFP for insurance in the future, we'll be sure and keep your company in mind.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, next we have the Columbus County Schools Audit Report. We have Mr. Paul Carson from Anderson, Smith and White, PLLC. And at this point in time, I will turn it over to Mr. Carson.
Well, good evening, board members.
Good evening.
Mr. Beck, hope you all are having a good evening. Each of you should have received a copy of the June 30th, 2024 audited financial statements that we've issued. And I do want to point out that these financial statements are still technically in draft form and therefore cannot be released to anybody outside of the district until they're approved by the LGC, which we are expecting any day now. So we just haven't got that yet. So, but the financial statements cover 2 main areas that we audit and are required to issue reports on. The first being the financial section, which covers the first 60 pages of the audit report, and then the compliance section starting on page 61. And there are just a couple of pages of financial information in the audit report that I had planned to go over with you. On pages 1 through 3, and there's no need to necessarily turn there, of the report is the audit opinion letter that we issued on the financial section of the audit. And we are happy to report that it is a clean, unmodified opinion, which means that we feel that the financial statements presented are free of any material misstatements. Now, the first page I would like you to turn to would be page 13, and we'll look at Exhibit 3. And while you're doing that, Exhibits 3 and 4 are essentially the balance sheet and income statement for all of your governmental funds. And these schedules show the fund activities and the fund balance on a fund-by-fund basis. And in the first column on page 13, the next to last number at the bottom of the page, you see that the general fund balance as of June 30th, 2024 was $2,672,024, which was an increase of about $265,000 from the amount reported in the prior year. And across the state, we have seen districts spending down their fund balances last year. So it is good to see that y'all have done a good job of building that fund balance up. One thing that we have emphasized to all of our districts that we audit over the past several years is that we do feel it's important for the district to have extra fund balance and cash reserves, especially now that the COVID relief funds have expired, because due to inflation, rising healthcare costs, employee costs, all those things, those are now going to start to weigh more heavily on the districts and of course, your local fund balance. And just looking at the other funds, the other local current expense had an ending fund balance of $2,408,664. And capital outlay had an ending fund balance of $7,611,367. And individual schools ended with a fund balance of $1,381,148. Are there any questions before we move on? Okay. And the next page I'd like you to turn to will be page 60, and we'll look at the school food service fund. And much like the last schedule, this schedule shows the revenues, expenses, and change in net position or fund balance for the school food service fund. And you'll see them that in the middle column, about 3/4 of the way down the page, the program reported a loss for the year of $392,160. And the previous year, the district had reported a profit in the program of $4,000. So that is a year-over-year decline of approximately $396,000. And that decline in profitability over the prior year was primarily due to the fact that while the board increased their food sales approximately $94,000, USDA reimbursements declined about $353,000. So, but cash balances in the program at the end of the year were $2.8 million, which was a decrease of $586,000 for the year. But overall, the program does appear to be in sound financial condition as of June 30th, 2024. Are there any questions before I move on? Okay. Now, a significant portion of the audit is related to testing of the board's internal controls and compliance with various state and federal laws and regulations, primarily pertaining to the state and federal grant funding received by the district. Now, starting on page 68 is the schedule of findings and question costs related to our compliance and internal control testing. There are 6 findings reported on pages 69 through 73. And as I go through each of these findings, please feel free to stop me at any time if there are any questions or comments. Now, finding 24-01, which starts on page 69, this finding relates to general ledger accounts not being properly reconciled in a timely manner each month. This was a repeat finding from the 22-23 audit. Bank accounts and other various general ledger accounts were not reconciled monthly throughout the year. The bank reconciliations for the 23-24 fiscal year were not brought current until March 2025. Therefore, financial decisions could have been made based on inaccurate financial information. The general ledger accounts not being reconciled is what led us to having to propose to management quite a few material adjustments, which we have provided details of in our required communications letter, as well as ultimately being the reason for finding 24-04, which was the timeliness of the audit. And we'll discuss both of these more in a few minutes. But we recommend that management implement controls and procedures to ensure that all general ledger accounts are reconciled timely each month. And moving on to finding 24-02, which is on page 70. This finding relates to individual school bank accounts not properly being reconciled in a timely manner each month. Specifically, the June 30th, 2024 bank statement for South Columbus High School was not properly reconciled to the statement of receipts and disbursements for the school. The reconciled bank balance as of June 30th, 2024 was $23,500 higher than the June 30th, 2024 ending balance per the statement of receipts and disbursements. The school was unable to provide an explanation for the difference. In addition, on the June 30th, 2024 bank reconciliation, there was an outstanding deposit of $8,000 with the description of, and I quote, cut checks from 6/30 that were cashed. The school was unable to provide an adequate explanation for what this $8,000 was or when it was deposited in the bank. Due to this issue, management decisions could have been made by the school while relying on inaccurate financial reporting. We recommend that management implement controls and procedures to ensure that all school bank accounts are properly reconciled in a timely manner. And then on finding 24-03 on page 71, this finding relates to the fact that during our audit of expenditures, we noted several instances in which a purchase order was either not completed or the purchase order was not completed until after the expenditure was made. Therefore, the district was in violation of the School Budget and Fiscal Control Act. Goods and services were received by the district for which the finance officer did not first properly perform the pre-audit function. This was caused by the fact that controls were not in place to ensure the staff with purchasing responsibility submitted purchase orders to the finance department for approval prior to initiating the purchase. We recommend that controls and procedures be put in place to ensure that staff with purchasing responsibility submit purchase orders to the finance department for approval prior to initiating a purchase. And then finding 24-04, starting on page 71. This finding relates to the audit not being able to be submitted to the LGC or the Local Government Commission by November 30th, 2024. As I mentioned earlier, the board was unable to provide financial records to complete the audit by the required due date. Staff turnover within the finance department contributed to delays in completing various general ledger account reconciliations required for the audit. And then the board should evaluate the allocation of internal resources dedicated to financial reporting to ensure adequate resources are available for timely account reconciliations, month and year-end close, and annual financial reporting process. And one thing I do want to add is that school board finance in North Carolina is highly complex with a lot of moving pieces throughout the year. It can be like a giant puzzle, and if you move one piece, you might have to move another piece before it all fits, or we like to say until financial resources are maximized between all the different allotments that the board gets. There are also varying deadlines and or tasks that must be completed throughout the year and completed at certain times. And if those tasks are not done or deadlines are not met, it could cost the district hundreds of thousands of dollars quite easily. And with all the turnover in the finance department over the past couple of years, we do think that for the foreseeable future, it is, and I've discussed this with management, with Mr. Beck and with Mr. Nolan, that it is very important for finance to keep utilizing the consultants and mentors that they have been using, and perhaps leaning onto those individuals a little more to help ensure that nothing goes overlooked throughout the year, and especially during the year-end closeout process, which because as soon as the year ends on June 30th, state and federal funding is over, and there's nothing that can be done if something has been done incorrect and not caught before that time. And we have seen that. We actually saw this past year, a district had an issue with a assistant finance officer that had been there for years but had never kind of done some of the task of the finance officer, and it cost that district roughly $450,000, and it was a very simple error. So those are things we just want to continue to press, that you keep utilizing those resources while your staff gets trained and up to speed and things like that. So, are there any questions so far for me? Okay.
Good.
Okay. And then finding 24-05 on page 72. This finding relates to a prior period adjustment to construction in progress that was necessary. It was determined in the current year that construction in progress activity for HVAC projects completed during the 6/30/23 fiscal year was not properly reflected in the board's capital asset records at June 30th, 2023. Governmental activities capital assets as previously reported at June 30th, 2023 therefore had to be increased by $1,874,992. We recommend that management implement procedures to ensure that all construction in progress activity is properly reflected in the district's capital asset records. And honestly, that is, when we pick up a new audit, some of these prior period adjustments are not uncommon, so this isn't something that we were ultra concerned about. So, and then but we did have to report it as a finding. And then finding 24-06 on page 73. This finding relates to the district expending more than 12% of its more than 12% of its yearly Title I allotment for administration and supervision of the Title I program. The district expended 14.05% of its Title I allotment for administration and supervision expenditures, which resulted in question cost being reported totaling $20,568.87. We recommend that management implement controls and procedures to ensure that the aforementioned program requirement is understood and adhered to. And we will follow up with these findings as part of the June 30th, 2025 audit. However, I do want to mention that given the delayed nature of the 23-24 audit, it is more than likely, that, and especially with how long it took for the bank and account reconciliations to be brought current, it is more than likely that one or more of these findings will repeat as part of the 2025 fiscal year. And as I explained to Mr. Nolan, and I may have mentioned to Mr. Beck as well, that's not uncommon when your audit's late to have that repeat. So I know it doesn't, board members don't necessarily like it, neither do the finance staff, but unfortunately, if the problem persisted for more than half the year, or, it did, and it was pervasive, then obviously we have no choice but to do that. But we would hope that the following year, those items would fall off. And we had also issued a separate 3-page letter that details specific audit items that we're required to communicate to the board about. That letter basically just has boilerplate language. It discusses that there were no difficulties or disagreements encountered in dealing with management during the audit. This letter does highlight some material misstatements that were detected by our audit procedures and corrected by management. Exhibit A that is attached to that letter summarizes all of the adjustments or the material adjustments that were needed, and these are the material entries that I had alluded to earlier. But the letter also makes reference to the findings that we already discussed. But kind of to wrap things up, we really do appreciate Mr. Nolan and the entire finance staff for all their hard work in helping us complete the audit. Were there any specific questions for me related to the audit?
Not related to the audit, not from me.
Not at this time.
Okay. Well, we really do appreciate you all allowing our firm to work with you and perform the district's audit this past year, and we do look forward to working with you again for the 24-25 audit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will say this, Mr. Nolan, I know you came in late. We had lost our finance officer unexpectedly. Then we went for almost a year without a finance officer. So, and I know there's still going to be findings, but on this year that ends on the 30th, I understand the reconciliation issue, but we have got to fix these problems.
Yes, sir.
And I know you will. I commiserate with you because you walked into a mess, and I totally understand that. But we've got to fix these problems.
Yes, sir, understood.
And we have met, and Dr. Strickland, we have a plan in place that will fix these problems.
Yes, sir. And I knew we would.
Yes, sir.
It's just,
I know. Yes. When it's repeated year after year, it gets tough.
Right.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chairman, you ready to move on to curriculum instruction and accountability?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Number one, we have review and action on the iReady partner services between Curriculum Associates and Columbus County Schools for the school year 2025-2026. That is our digital platform. It is in the amount of $109,752.08. And at this time, I will turn it over to Ms. Hunter.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Last year, we adopted new math curriculum and new ELA curriculum. With that math package from Curriculum Associates, we got access to a diagnostic tool through iReady, which we had already been using in the district for 5th through 8th grade. So when we adopted that curriculum, it expanded that tool to kindergarten to 8th grade. We made the decision to expand reading, the reading component of that diagnostic tool, to cover 3rd grade through 8th grade on a 1-year pilot basis to see if it made the difference in terms of data collected and personalized pathways for differentiated instruction for kids. So we did that this year, and we initially rolled out using it third grade through eighth grade. We actually made a decision mid-year to pull second grade in for middle of the year and end of year, and the data has been really powerful. It is our recommendation that we continue to use that program. It yields important diagnostic information for us, helping us to target and pinpoint deficiencies and deficits with kids early on, so we can intervene more expeditiously. Built into that personalized platform are opportunities for interventions and supports. It also yields pretty powerful data in relationship to Lexile growth over the course of a year. Lexile is text complexity that kids are able to access as they're growing. And part of that platform also has a projected proficiency kind of algorithm. We tested that out this year, and the data looks pretty compellingly close between EOG performance and the projected proficiency performance in that diagnostic for math and reading, within 1 to 3 kids per grade level per school. So we think it could be a powerful tool. We learned a lot about it this year, and so I would say that it would be a lot of bang for our buck in terms of moving the needle with kids in our K-8 environment.
Okay, so Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the board approve the iReady partner services between Curriculum Associates and Columbus County Schools for the school year 2025-2026 in the amount of $109,752.08.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the iReady digital platform for reading at a cost of $109,752.08. What's the pleasure of the board?
So moved.
Got a motion from Ms. Grice?
Second.
Second from Mr. Enzer. Any discussion on the motion?
Yes. So we did this, we just spent a lot of money
Yeah.
last year. So who is going to be using this add-on and this data collection? Is this going to be for every teacher to use, or?
So every kid in our district is in this platform we really have it from kindergarten through eighth grade. There's a reading component and there's a math component. So teachers have access to this data if they are scheduled under that kid currently in Power School. If that kid is scheduled with a teacher, that teacher has access to this data and information. So EC teachers have access, gen ed teachers have access, interventionists now have access. There are a wide variety of people who have access to this information and can use it to target interventions and supports with kids.
I think what Mr. Worley's asking there is, it's nice to have access to it. Are we utilizing it?
Oh, yes, we are utilizing it.
So that is my question.
Yep.
And I don't begrudge one penny of it.
Sure.
That we've spent, and I've seen success in my own children with what we're implementing. But I just hope we're not just throwing more money at something and especially since we got all these new contracts. So I understand you did this one as a 1-year pilot, and none of this was included in our original money we spent last year, right?
Correct. So what we purchased last year was the math component. We purchased the curriculum, Ready Reading and Magnetic Reading, that are iReady products. So they're the daily instruction that goes along. This just partners with those two curriculums to kind of target differentiated instruction with kids. I'll tell you that we are growing in our capacity to utilize data to efficiently target instruction and design meaningful experiences with kids. That has been a growthful experience over the last 2 years since I've been here. Schools are getting better at that. We are getting better at coaching all different kinds of people on how to utilize their data to target specific standards level interventions and supports with instructional design. I think that this program gives us useful information that helps teachers to really understand the way that data can inform instructional design to target standards for really growing kids. Most specifically, what we're seeing is we do a pretty good job of targeting kids that are right on the cusp of being on grade level and moving them into grade level. We haven't in the past done a very good job of closing achievement gaps for kids that are 2 or 3 years behind. What we have seen this year with targeted use of this program along with all of our other curricular programs is we've done a much better job of moving kids out of the red, or 2 to 3 grade levels behind, into the yellow, which is about 1 grade level behind. And we definitely have grown our capacity for moving kids onto grade level work. What we need to do is get better at moving our yellow kids into green. And I think that as teachers learn to utilize the programs that they have and the data that those programs yield, they'll do a better job of closing those gaps. Certainly closing achievement gaps takes more than just 1 year, right? But we're seeing some movement.
Well, like I said, I've seen the progress. I know things are working. From a business sense, though, we're exclusively using iReady just about, right, on a lot of things.
We're using iReady exclusively for reading comprehension instruction and for mathematics instruction. We also partner that with a word study program in our K-3 zone, Reading Horizons, and we don't use it for 6-12 ELA.
I just know from my business that it seems like it's never enough. We're married to this company and we're utilizing it, and we agree they got great products. But are we getting a good discount? Are they functioning well with you? Are you getting support when you need it? Are we getting the best bang for our buck from this company?
I would say out of all of the curriculum companies that we work with, we get the best customer support and the best wraparound kind of coaching and support from curriculum partners or curriculum associates, iReady. They are pretty powerfully great at partnering with us, and our actual coach that is assigned to us is from Columbus County. So she's really invested in making sure that this is successful for us. And it's been a really great partnership.
Very good. Sounds like we get our money's worth.
I would follow up too. Would it be a goal of your individual coaches that report to you to reiterate like success stories with teachers that may be struggling or don't know how to analyze the data? You know what I'm saying? That would follow up with them to make sure that they're getting their bang for the buck. You know, that we're getting that piece of it.
So we do that a lot. And in fact, we lift those stories and that work. My coaches send out weekly newsletters with information from the field that they're seeing and refinement tools that can help teachers to be more successful. And that newsletter actually becomes a staple component of PLC conversations and coaching cycles with teachers because it creates a toolbox, as it were, of kind of moves that one can use in terms of special reports and resources that you dig deep into our curriculum defined that can really help. So we do a lot of real-time work with that, not just on an individual coaching basis, but district-wide sharing what we're finding so that we can help everybody refine their practice.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
Ms. Hunter, I want to thank you you answered my questions as I had them in your presentation of this, and I just want to echo again what Dr. Strickland said. You know, having access and using it are two different things, and I know we can count on you to train, and push, and hold accountable our teachers to really use what we're spending our money on. I see the value in it. We need to use it and really, really target using this data.
Let me follow up with saying one of the really powerful ways we just use this program, when all of our students take a beginning of the year diagnostic, a middle of the year diagnostic, and an end of year diagnostic, we made the strategic decision to push back, or maybe move forward is the better way to put it, our end of year diagnostic, so we were giving it a little bit earlier so that we could yield the data from that and use it to target our Finish Strong efforts for the last 5 weeks of the school year. So after kids took their diagnostic, I individually worked with principals and with key members and staff to figure out how to pull that data down, do an analysis, and identify key push groups of kids that needed additional support in specific areas. And it varied from school to school, the groups, but teachers universally who used those came back and said this was the most powerful way to utilize data to target strategic efforts at the very end of the school year to move kids. And what we saw were the kids that we really worked hand on with to push them to get out of the yellow into the green performed at the end of the year, which was powerful for them because it builds some efficacy for them going into the next school year, feeling confident that they're on grade level.
I'm going to ask a very broad question. We're targeting more data. We're targeting more specific students. Are we freeing up enough off of the table of our teachers that they can utilize it and do it? I mean, we're throwing so much at the teachers. Do they have time?
So one of the things that my team and I really work hard on is finding the balance between building capacity and also clearing the deck, right? So we want teachers to know how to use all of the tools that are available to them and all of the data that's available to them. But we don't want to get them bogged down in that so that they can't utilize it to frame good quality instruction.
Right.
So we spend a lot of time doing data collection and framing for teachers so that they can then take it at the ninth inning on home for instruction.
I think your team does a great job doing that, so teachers can teach.
Yes.
So with all that being said, have we found something this year maybe that we thought we really needed to do with Fidelity that maybe didn't produce what we thought, and we're going to maybe not lean on that as hard?
Well, that's a good question. I think that the things that we have learned this year in our journey towards implementation of all the things has taught us what we need to utilize earlier in order to have more impact. So this has been a learning year for us, and certainly my team is meeting actually tomorrow. We're talking about all those big questions. What do we need to do right out of the gate to help teachers to be successful? One of the things that we picked up on this year within just specifically iReady is this really powerful tool related to standards mastery. We didn't know about that tool until the last quarter of the school year, and we now know we can definitely use that right out of the gate to target in real time interventions and then standards mastery so that we can then spiral learning throughout the year instead of having to fill gaps at the end of the year. It's one example of probably a zillion things that we learned this year that we're going to do better next year.
I just know with my own employees that a lot of times you see things that are successful and you learn from that, and then you also see things, well, I've told them that this is the way we're going to do it, but you know what, we're getting end results. Maybe I can back off of that a little bit, and we're still getting better results by not doing that step that I was so dogmatic about doing. So just keep an open mind on those things.
Sure. That's useful and helpful. I don't know if I've come across that yet, but I'll keep my eye out for it.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. We have just approved iReady Digital.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, next we have a memorandum of understanding between Southeastern Community College and Columbus County Schools for summer camp. This is a renewal. I recommend that the board approve the memorandum of understanding between Southeastern Community College and Columbus County Schools for summer camp.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the memorandum of understanding between Columbus County Schools and Southeastern Community College for summer camp. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Dr. Strickland.
Second.
Second by Mr. Worley. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. We approve the memorandum of understanding.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, next we have review and action on memorandum of understanding between Columbus County Schools and Columbus County Partnership for Children for Raising a Reader, July 1, 2025 to June 30, 2025, for our book harvest, which is a donation of 1,000 books.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the memorandum of understanding between Columbus County Schools and Columbus County Partnership for Children for Raising a Reader. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Worley.
Second.
Second by Dr. Strickland. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. We just approved the memorandum of understanding between the Columbus County Schools and Columbus County Partnership for Children for Raising a Reader.
Can I just interject really quickly
sure
here?
can.
This partnership is going to allow us to put at least 6, if fewer kids show up for summer reading camp than we think, as many as 10 new books in the hands of our summer reading camp participants this year. That allows them to earn a book every week of their summer camp experience and be able to begin to build their own classroom library at their house, free of charge to us. It's going to be great.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Ms. Hunter.
Thank you, Ms. Hunter. Okay, Human Resources.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, under Human Resources, we have 2 renewals. Both of these memorandum of understandings are renewals. They are for our student teaching and internship programs. So I recommend that the board approve Memorandum of Understanding number 1 and Memorandum of Understanding number 2 between Fayetteville State University and the University of North Carolina at Pembroke and Columbus County Schools for the 25-26 school year.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the 2 memorandum of understandings between Fayetteville State and the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Got a motion by Ms. Grice.
Second.
Second by Mr. Enzer. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Those 2 are approved.
Okay.
We'll go to Student Support Services.
Okay, first up, we have review and action on Yonder Phone Free Space, and Dr. Piggott will present to us on that product.
Evening again. For your review and action, we have 2 major items that we're hoping to receive your support and consideration for contract signature and purchase, one of which is Yonder Phone Free Space, otherwise known as Yonder pouches for phone security, and then also the Bridge Tech Solutions and Lockstep Technology Group, and that actually is a vape detector system that will be installed, wraparound services within the 3 traditional high schools as an initial pilot. This funding is coming out of the North Carolina Center for Safer Schools equipment funding grant. We have an amount of funds that we must utilize by the end of this fiscal year, June 30th. So we are asking for your consideration of these 2 initiatives. I think there has been some discussion. Mr. Beck, I don't know if you would like to kind of elaborate or add anything more, but we are needing your approval for the signature of the contract so that we can purchase the equipment.
So those funds do expire June the 30th, so that's why they're on this board agenda at this point in time. So, Mr. Chairman, I would recommend that the board approve the Yonder Phone Free Space invoice, as well as the Bridge Tech Solutions Lockstep Technology Group invoice for the vape detectors, which are the Triton detectors. So I would recommend that the board approve both of those invoices.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the 2 initiatives, Yonder Phone Free Space and the Bridge Tech Solutions DBA Lockstep Technology Group. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Worley.
Second.
Second by Dr. Strickland. Any discussion?
Yes,
I do also.
go ahead. Ladies first.
Mr. Beck, please confirm with me what student group we're targeting with these pouches? Just our high schools
So
at
with the
this
yonder
point?
pouches, we're going to start with the high schools.
Thank you.
And if I might add, if
You can.
acceptable,
Yes,
there will be accommodations made for medical situations in which
Right.
some students will need to have access to their phones for diabetic monitoring and things such as that. So within that built-in support and this particular pilot component, there will be some flexibility with those type of Velcro type of
Right.
pouches.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
We're coming
All
this
right.
way.
My comment.
All right, go ahead.
You go ahead. You always claim that you're
I was
last.
asking if we was coming this way or not.
No.
Go ahead, you're probably gonna ask anyway.
It's my understanding from what I hear in the community and the schools that vaping is just as big an issue in the middle schools as it is in the high schools. So are we totally using up the funding that we have available, or could we add, I know West Columbus School, not sure about Nakina, but it is a massive issue at West Columbus School. And I would love to have it there as well if we have the funds.
So, Dr. Strickland, at this point in time, we're going to try and start with East Columbus Junior Senior High School, West Columbus High School, and South Columbus High School. I do agree. We have discussed the middle schools. We do understand that there are issues there as well, and we can find additional funding to implement those in the future.
Define the future. The problem is now. Define the future for me. Is that 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 12 years?
No, if the funding allows it, it would be within this academic year.
Thank you.
But we have got to get these implemented and installed first.
All right.
While we have the funding.
Well,
So
what
that's why these were added to this board agenda, because these funds expire June 30th.
Well, two things, and one of them piggybacking off of you is, do we know this technology works? I mean, that would be one good thing about trying it, is knowing whether it works and whether it's good quality before we spend it in all of them.
I actually read something about this, and it's supposed to be.
The Triton, the Triton product.
Yeah, the Triton product.
Yes, and it's also
That's one of
equally
the-
supported from our sheriff's department. I think
one of the
they've
better
met,
ones.
the superintendent
Right.
did have an
Better
opportunity.
ones, okay. Second thing is, I don't see anything in here for install and labor. Is that covered in the invoice, or we got to do that?
So that is supposed to be.
Yes.
That is, yes, that
It's a
is.
turnkey package price.
That's a
Good.
turnkey package.
We made sure that we had them figure everything in. That way we consume the whole cost in the grant.
Yes, turnkey.
Okay.
And I hate to jump on a bandwagon, but as the vaping is a concern in our middle schools, the cell phone use is too.
It is.
Maybe even worse. And we don't see parents fighting this battle, so we have to fight the battle for our kids, to literally rescue them from that. So, again, is there a
So-
plan to move with the yonder pouches into the middle schools too?
Yes, so we will seek funding for that initiative as well. As Dr. Piggott said, this is coming out of our Safe Schools.
And it's got to be done now,
That is
I
correct.
understand.
So
We are
that's why-
exploring
that's why
some
we
other
have-
options that will possibly be made available to us, hopefully.
We just want to get a word in while we
As
can.
of, for the ensuing fiscal year.
Thank you.
I mean, I can hear the first phone call I've got, I
Oh, yeah.
get after this meeting. Vapes are a bigger issue in the middle school than they are anywhere else. Why didn't you put them there first? So that's why I had to ask my questions.
Absolutely.
And your question will not go unheard.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So that's my recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
Well, we have a motion and a second.
Yep. we're ready to
All right,
vote.
any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, the two initiatives are approved.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Chairman, the next items, number 3 through 16, are renewals. They are memorandum of understandings contracts, and memorandum of agreements. Again, these are renewals, so I recommend that the board approve the memorandum of understandings, the contracts, and the memorandum of agreements that make up items number 3 through 16 on your agenda.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the initiatives and memorandum of understanding on items 3 through 16. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Got a motion by Mr. Worley,
Second.
second by Ms. Grice. Any discussion?
No material changes, correct? Just
No.
renewals?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Those are approved through 16.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, same thing.
Thank you.
Item numbers 17 through 27 pertain to our EC services. They are also renewals of memorandum of understandings, memorandum of agreements, and contractual agreements. So I recommend that the board approve item numbers 17 through 27 as listed on your agenda.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the items listed in the agenda 17 through 27, which are EC renewals of contracts, agreements, and memorandum of understandings. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Enzer.
Second.
It's got a second by Ms. Grice. Any discussion?
Same question.
All
Just
All
renewals.
renewals.
All right.
Okay, any more discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Items 17 through 27 are approved.
Okay, so we'll move on to item number 28, which is a master services agreement between Rethink Ed for online platform services and Columbus County Schools for the school year of 2025-2026. And Ms. McCready will present that.
So, sorry, this is a new curriculum for our extensions or self-contained classrooms. And the reason that we did this is our teachers had compared this program, it's called VISL, with their current program, which is called Unique Learning System. And they did a thorough comparison of those two programs, and in the end, VISL was the one that they preferred. They said that it was easy to use, that it had lesson libraries, it had differentiated instruction, it aligns to their state standards. The students in our extensions classrooms follow the extended content standards, and this program aligns with those standards. It had real-time progress monitoring, and we've also received really good customer support from this company as well.
Okay, so Mr. Chairman, I would recommend that the board approve the master services agreement between Rethink Ed for online platform services and Columbus County Schools for the school year 2025-2026.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the master service agreement between Rethink Ed for online services, platform services, and Columbus County Schools for the school year 25-26. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Got a motion by Mr. Worley.
Second.
Got a second by Dr. Strickland. Any discussion?
Is this would be for their curriculum in all the, their classes, or are they using different things? Is this
Correct.
going to be a more unified?
So there are some students in the extensions classrooms who do pull from the general education classrooms, but for most of their instruction, it comes from this program.
And we're going to implement that at every school?
At every school that has an extensions
They're
classroom.
going to use
yes.
this?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. The master agreement between Rethink Ed and Columbus County Schools is approved.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, next on the agenda, we have review and action on a memorandum of understanding between the Young Group Change Agents and Williams Township Elementary. Ms. Trust is going to join us with Ms. McCready and do this presentation.
Good evening,
Good
board
evening.
members. Just have 2 minutes. And I'm honored to share the impact of the $20 BOSS program developed by the Young Changemakers in Australia and implemented under the leadership of Ms. McCready. ahead of our special needs department. This program gives each student just $20 in seed funding. We're going to go to the high school at South as our pilot, in $20 in seed funding to design, launch, and run their own businesses. But it's about far more than money. It teaches market research, budgeting, pricing, and customer engagement. Real-world skills that empower our students to think independently, solve problems creatively, and communicate with purpose. What makes the initiative unique is the ability to connect students to the community and also globally through entrepreneurialism. Our students learn to identify needs in their surroundings and turn those into opportunities. Whether it's handmade crafts, snack services, school-based solutions, each business becomes a bridge between the classroom learning and a real-life experience. For our high school special needs students, this program builds confidence, decision-making, and financial literacy, while promoting inclusion and independence. Students see themselves not just as learners, but contributors, as entrepreneurs. In the world where life skills are critical as academics, this 20 Boss program proves that every student can lead, create, and inspire. I actually piloted it in my special needs group at William Township School this year, and we built little crafts, and we actually sold them at a display. So I thank you for supporting innovative education that prepares all learners for meaningful futures.
And we appreciate all that you do. Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the board approve the memorandum of understanding between Young Change Agents and Williams Township Elementary.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the memorandum of understanding between Young Change Agents and Williams Township Elementary. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Got a motion by Mr. Worley.
Second.
Got a second by Ms. Grice. Any discussion?
Is this something that can be implemented in our other schools too?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a plan for that?
I want to try to bring it, well, we've discussed it to bring it down to the elementary school at William Townships after next year.
Okay.
And then they can apply actually to a conference in Tasmania.
Okay.
So first years.
Right.
And as we move forward, we can look at adding other
Okay.
schools. I
Yeah,
talked to Ms.
right.
McCready about that this morning.
Okay, great. Sounds great. Thank you. Thank you for your work in this.
I'm going to ask something I probably should know. What is the $20 boss?
That's the name of the program. From the Young Change Agents. So the kids are given $20 to actually build a business.
Oh, okay. All right. Real money or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
Monopoly money.
And then it's
Yeah.
like a,
That's what I want.
then it's like
Yeah.
a school-based enterprise.
So
where
this
they
is a
make
real
$20
world,
make-
yes, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay,
And
any more
international.
discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, the motion's carried. Was approved
Thank
that
you.
one. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
All right, auxiliary services.
Mr. Chairman, we have first a review and action on the Nakina Middle School parking lot and repaving. Due to the inability to use the North Carolina Lottery Repair and Renovation funding for this project, we're asking that you allow us to use local capital in the amount of $140,000, and that will be on next year's budget, 25-26, so that we can complete that paving project at Nakina Middle School. Also, a reminder that we are partnering with the state. The state will be kicking in $50,000 as well and performing all of the work.
On both sides, the part we furnish and the part,
Yes, sir.
I guess I need a
They'll
motion. and then
Complete
discussion.
job.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
gotcha.
So, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the board approve the recommendation from Mr. Thompson on the bus and staff parking improvements at Nakina Middle School.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the funding for the Nakina Middle School bus parking lot and improvements for the driveway and teachers' parking area. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Dr. Strickland,
Second.
second by Mr. Enzer. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, the motion's carried.
Next, Mr. Chairman, we have a review and action. The 2025-26 charter bus proposals have been turned in. Nothing has changed from last year. We still have McKenzie, L&W Bus Line, and Holiday Tours.
So, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the board approve the charter bus service proposals for the school year 25-26.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the charter bus service proposals for school year 25-26. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Enzer,
Second.
second by Mr. Worley. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, the charter bus service proposal is approved.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, next we have a review and action on a calendar fundraiser for East Columbus High School junior and senior cheerleaders. That is for varsity and JV cheerleaders. That is a fundraiser that will be conducted over the summer.
Okay, so, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the board approve the calendar fundraiser for East Columbus junior, senior, JV, and varsity cheerleading teams.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the calendar fundraiser for East Columbus junior, senior, JV, and varsity cheerleaders. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Grice,
Yes,
second by Mr. Worley. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. The calendar fundraiser is approved.
Next, Mr. Chairman, we have review and action for a football fundraiser at East Columbus Junior Senior High School Snap Raise. This will be committed by a third-party company who will actually conduct the fundraising. What they will do is they create a web page and solicit donations for the team for an 80-20 profit share. So the school gets 80%, the company gets 20% of the money, and that will go directly to the football program.
So, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the board approve the Snap Raise fundraiser for East Columbus junior, senior high school football program.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the SNAP fundraiser for the East Columbus junior, senior high school football team. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Worley,
Second.
second by Ms. Grice. Any discussion?
Yes. Do you have any more information besides that?
I do not at this time. Okay, so from what I gather from the principal and the coaches, they create a web page where they create, it's actually an ad campaign for them, and then they do the work and the homework and send that out to different vendors and things, trying to solicit donations, and then the donations funnel back to the company, which then goes back to the school. So they basically take the legwork off of the football team and the players as to going out and going door to door to try to raise money, and they take that on for them.
So do we know who they are?
All we know is the SNAP fundraiser, and I think they have met with the principal and the football coach to lay that out.
So are they just soliciting donations? I mean, I understand advertising, but what we usually do for fundraisers is we're going out and advertising or selling a product and making a portion off of it. I mean, are we just begging for money, or are we, what?
And I certainly understand what you're saying. But as far as I was told and everything that I know, then it is for strictly donations at this time. So I don't know if they'll use that for an ad campaign or not.
Have they mentioned the other two high schools, or just
East Columbus.
Is there a reason why? East versus the other?
I'm not sure.
And it may be the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I would like to know, keep up with it, and let's
Yes.
be informed
Let's
on what's.
see how beneficial it
Definitely.
is and what the,
Can we table it?
You can.
We can table it until the June 30th meeting, and that will be added to the open session.
Okay, we have
That's 21 days. I mean, are we going to hamper fundraising?
Well, it being for football, it
Yeah.
might.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
So we doing workouts and everything else.
Right.
We can get the information that the board has.
Let's get the information, let's look at it, let's see how successful it is. And then we can make a determination as to whether or not it would spread to other schools, because if it's successful there, we know it will.
Right.
You know?
That's right. We'll
And
do
this,
a trial
this
run.
is something Ms. Huff has, you said they've met with the principal?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor for the SNAP fundraiser. Any more discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. The motion's carried and the fundraiser is approved.
Hear that thunder out there?
That's thunder. Mr. Chairman, next I have a review and information. We have an invoice from LS3P, invoice number 93440, in the amount of $18,077.18. And that is for design and development phase. That completes about 95% of the phase, leaving us only 5% before we move into the CD phase.
Okay. All right. We'll move to general items then.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, under general items, we have A and B, which are FCA football camps. East Columbus Junior Senior High School and South Columbus High School will travel to Westland University in Rocky Mount, North Carolina for football camps on June the 16th through the 18th, 2025. I recommend that the board approve both of those field trips.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the FCA football camp for East Columbus Junior Senior High School. What's the pleasure of the board?
So moved.
Got a motion by Ms. Grice,
Second.
second by Dr. Strickland. Any more discussion?
And it is for east and south.
It is for
Oh,
East and
East and-
South.
Yeah.
And it is
A and B.
in-state overnight.
In-state overnight.
Oh, we're doing A and B at the
Yes.
same
Yes,
time.
sir.
Okay. East and south, yeah.
Yes, sir. Since they were exactly the same
They
hour.
are.
Yeah.
Put them
Mhm.
together.
Are we in discussion?
Yeah.
So I know that South has been to it before. Is this the first time East has been?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm glad they're both going. That's good.
Yeah.
So this camp is sold out every year, and there is a waiting list. South Columbus was on that waiting list for about 3 years before they could get in, and so East Columbus, someone dropped out, which allowed East Columbus the opportunity to go as well.
I think it's great.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. The motion's carried for both field trips.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, next we have the UCA Cheer Camp, West Columbus High School, Great Wolf Lodge, Concord, North Carolina, July the 28th through July the 31st. That will also be an in-state overnight trip request. I recommend that the board approve that request.
Heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the UCA cheer camp for West Columbus High School in Concord, North Carolina. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Dr. Strickland,
Second.
second by Mr. Enzer. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. The motion's carried. West Columbus field trip's approved.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next, we have an out-of-state overnight trip request from the JROTC JLC 2025 East Columbus Junior Senior High School. They will be traveling to Fort Jackson, South Carolina on June the 14th through the 19th. So I recommend that the board approve that trip.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the JROTC, JCLC 2025 camp field trip to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Ms. Grice, second by Mr. Enzer. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Their field trip's approved.
Okay, next, Mr. Chairman, we have dates to remember. The only information on that, of course, June the 9th, June the 10th, and June the 11th are required teacher work days. And that's just for informational purposes.
Okay, we'll move to finance then.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, on finance, we have a budget and audit update for June 2025. And I'll turn it over to Mr. Nolan at this time.
Thank you. Good afternoon. So just want to go over the update for June. So we are closing out the fiscal year at the end of the month. So we are making adjustments towards that. We have received state allotment revision 94 as of May 21, 2025. Our federal funds are currently expensed at approximately 75%, or $7.4 million, previously reported at 80%. I have been doing some adjustments to save some money in that aspect. So the state funds are at 92% approximately, or $46 million spent, previously reported at 84.6%. Our local funds are expensed at 80 or 89% approximately, or $5.9 million, previously reported at 80%. Our cash flows remain constant from state, federal, and local perspective, and you've gotten an update on the audit this afternoon from Mr. Paul Carson himself. So we have completed that. I will say that we already have the compliance information ready for the next year's review for the auditors, so we're working towards that goal. And that will conclude the update, sir.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, next we have review and action on the 2025-2026 budget resolution. Also, Mr. Nolan will discuss that.
Right. So
We need to approve that one? Or is that information?
No, sir, that was information.
That was just an update.
Okay.
Yes, sir. This will be review and action,
This is review
sir.
and action.
So I want to present a interim budget for the 2025-2026 school year. The interim budget goes into General Statute 115C 434. Interim budget, which states that we need to have a budget in place pretty much at the beginning of the fiscal year. Due to the allotments, we don't have that information ready, so I want to continue our current spending at the current levels for next fiscal year. You will be presented a budget resolution for the 2025-2026 year once that budget is completed.
So, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the board approve the interim budget for the 2025-2026 school year in the form of a budget resolution.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the 25-26 interim budget resolution for the continuing resolution. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Dr. Strickland?
Second.
Second by Mr. Worley. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. The budget resolution is approved.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next on the agenda, we have review and action on school year 24-25 audit contract 55 with Anderson, Smith, and White, PLLC. Mr. Nolan.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Chair, this is review and action. I am holding the contract for the audit of Columbus County Schools for the upcoming, or for the fiscal year we are about to close, ending June 2024. The contract is from June 30th, 2024 through June 30th, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. The LGC has extended their due date for the report to the end of the year. That is a new change, so it's no longer a November 30th deadline. The deadline will be in December this coming up year. So we do have some additional time. So to go through with this contract, the price for it is total to not exceed $63,800. Out of that, the audit fee is $52,500. The financial statement preparation comes at a fee of $7,000, and all other non-attested services at $4,300. So this contract is up to $63,800, no more. So that will conclude the review of the contract, sir.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I recommend that the board approve the school year 2024-2025 audit contract 55 with Anderson, Smith, and White, PLLC.
You've heard the recommendation of the superintendent that we approve the contract to audit between Columbus County Schools and Anderson, Smith, and Wilk, PLLC. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Dr. Strickland?
Second.
Second by Mr. Enzo. Any discussion?
This the same company?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And this is what we recommend to do, right?
Yes, sir. They represent approximately 85% of the school districts across the state of North Carolina. So I do feel confident in this firm that we are coming up to standards with the state of North Carolina in that regard.
Did the previous firm audit down to the bookkeeping at the school level? Because I don't think they did.
I don't either.
To-
never
to-
remember that.
To
They have
answer
in the
that
past- They have in the past, but I'm not sure about last year, but I know in the past they have audited down to the school level because they would send accountants to the school
Okay.
to actually.
There's never been a report on it.
So that is a standard practice through any audit process. And to answer your question, lightheartedly, it's different qualities, different services from different firms.
And you're confident in
Any
these
more
rates?
discussion? Hearing none, all in,
No, we're
You
good.
good? All right.
hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, the audit contract's approved with Anderson, Smith, and Wilk. Okay, at this point, we're gonna need a motion for closed session.
I move that Columbus County Board of Education go into closed session in accordance with the open meeting laws, GS 143-318.11A13, to discuss information that is privileged, confidential, and not of public record. Consult with an attorney to preserve the attorney-client privilege between the attorney and the public body.
I have a motion for closed session. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Strickland. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. We're now in closed session.